In today's video, we're going to look at how to more secure your wires that's going to the DVR. Get all your cables straightened out and look more nice, look more unique. So let's get our cable clamps. We need a pliers, we need some zip tie, and we need a hammer to drive those cables in. So for the first part here, we're going to be using mostly zip tie. So let's jump into it and get all this straightened out and get it right. Now remember, first and foremost, power down everything. Turn off your little plug, get your switch shut off before you start unplugging anything. The first thing to do, the most safest thing, is to just power down your unit. You don't want to blow your hard drive, you don't want to damage your camera, you don't want to damage your DVR. So just unplug everything and get everything secure, and most of all, you do not want to get electric shock. So let's just power down everything. Now it's time for your 9-channel fuse box to be installed. So your first step is to identify the holes in which you're going to use to secure the unit and the wall. So let's line it up. Use a little fine pine screwdriver that can punch through the drywall if you're attaching to drywall. In this case, if you're attaching to solid concrete, then let's get a magic marker, a pencil or something so we can make the mark and then use a drill. But in this case, we're using drywall, so let's look at it at a drywall scenario. Let's punch the holes and then get our concrete grabber or our drywall grabber to fasten to the concrete. If you're doing masonry concrete or wood, just use your imagination. You know what to do. So for wood, we can install a 9-channel fuse box directly to the surface, and then just drill it in. Just run your screws for the slot and tighten it up. If you're doing if you're doing concrete, then you will need to pre-drill the concrete. So these are your drywall grabbers that comes with your camera, and as you see, we drill the hole, so we will use these to attach to sink in the drywall and then put your screws through those. Now these should expand. They have a little split in the center halfway down, and these will expand inside of the drywall and make a solid anchor point. These might be good for drywall, these might be good for concrete, but they sucks when it comes to drywall. Don't ever use these. We'll show you why in a minute. Now, on the back of the 9-channel fuse box, as you can see, one end is big and those slot, the other one is small. That allow you to put your screw first and then put the unit and just slide it down and it falls right in place. Now, as soon as you set your unit, go ahead and tighten up your screw and your unit should be tightly secured to the wall. Now after tightening your two preset screw, then before you made them fully solidly tight, you should leave them somewhat loose and go ahead and install the other two or three screws that you did not put in place, and then fully tighten all your screws. Now at this point your unit should be fully tight and strongly supported to your drywall, but not with the factory grabbers. You'll see in a minute. So like I said before, we do not use those drywall grabbers that come with the camera or even with the 9-channel fuse box. So we just toss those to the side and use the ones that we buy locally. So that's why we take the unit back off, because you can see for yourself that it was not fully tight. See how easy they are to come out? Now keep watching and you'll see what happened next. So for maximum strength, these are the ones that we use. We buy these at your local Lowe's, Home Depot, or even your local plumbing store, electrical store, Ace Hardware. These are a lot better than the other ones. Now, as you can see, the process of putting in these is a lot different. These are screwing. You can see that these are very solid, and trust me, they hold 95% stronger than the ones that comes with your unit. The one that comes with your unit, they are like basic. These are your best choice for stronger maximum support. You can see when we're putting in the screws, it's not even budging. In a minute you will see us using the screw guns. That's how strong these are. So let's go with these instead. Now with these being your strongest set of grabbers, you don't even have to tighten the other preset one first, because these are solid. You know the unit is not going to fall off the wall. You can let these go, get your screw gun, get your screwdriver, and just install these, so you can go ahead and do the other ones first. So these are your male and wire power supply connectors that you can use to go directly to your camera. For some customers, we put these in and then take the female end of the BNC and just plugged up to those. But I really don't like the outlook of those, so typical scenario, we just take off all the BNC, do not use these, and then just run the Cat5 directly to the fuse box. Now like we said before, this is a fuse box, So each channel carry its own fuse. So if one goes down, the rest keep functioning normal. Okay, so with your power off and everything disconnected, let's go ahead and start taking off the female BNC connectors, and then we'll run the Cat 5 straight to the fuse box. So this right here is going to be your more time consuming part. This part here is a little more tedious because now we're going to have to like keep stripping our wires, straighten out the wires to get our color code organized and get them strapped and sent to the correct place. So this part here is going to take a little more extra time. Just be careful while doing this part. You do not want to break your Cat 5 cable, so just approach with caution. We want you to see clearly what we're doing here, how we are angling the cable. So we are not going to speed past this process, just so you could have like a good idea of how your cable needs to be laid out and how to handle your cables, your Cat 5 cable the correct way. So we're not going to speed through this process until we've done like the first section, then we'll kind of rush through again. So let's just keep watching. Okay, so now that we got all of our cables stripped and stretched to the right length, let's proceed into connecting these into the fuse box. We'll do the first one in slow speed and then back to rushing the rest through to save time on the video. So let's just take these. We take our screwdriver as we show you in the beginning of the video, punch a hole in the little rubber, and each 4 black end you see, that's a rubber section, and we use our screwdriver, punch a hole, and that's where we push the wire through and just pull them through. After pull through your wires, you're going to need to put the end of the wires inside of the elements, and they got screws to tighten. So just hold the element with your hand, turn your screwdriver and tighten them, but don't go too crazy to where you're going to break off the elements that's inside. Just use caution. So now that we got them all connected and screwing, let's move the camera around so you can get a close-up look of the way inside of your unit. Really look, those green ends, and those are the elements that we're talking about. As you can see, they're very small and very delicate. So that's what the inside of the unit looks like. Okay, now that we're finished with that part, let's proceed into securing your Cat5 cables and the final part of organizing everything to bring the whole thing together and have it looking like it's supposed to. So let's get some snap ties and start strapping these down and making everything looks a lot more professional.